General CD Collection Part 28. Hi everybody, and welcome to part 28 of a look at my general CD collection. So these are normal CDs, no compilations, no soundtracks, no signed CDs, no Prince related CDs, no box sets because they've already been shown. We're on that set of shelves there, and these are all stuff that I've picked up over the last 18 months or so. A lot of them are charity shop purchases. A lot of these I have shown when I bought them but hadn't listened to them at that point, so now I'll be able to give my opinion on them a bit more. Let's carry straight on. So next up we have Robbie Williams' Angels. So this is actually a Japanese import. It's sort of an EP, although it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 tracks on it. It's basically a compilation of the bonus tracks on the Angels and Let Me Entertain You singles. So it's got Angels, then Falling in Bed Again, which was B-side, Let Me Entertain You, Cheap Love Song, which was B-side, acoustic version of Angels, which was B-side, Back for Good live version, which is the B-side, medley of songs from a motion picture soundtrack for Full Monty, performed by Robbie Williams and Tom Jones, from the Brit Awards, which was B-side. I wouldn't normally do this kind of thing. Cover of the Pet Shop Boys, B-side, remix of South of the Border, the Mother's Milk in It mix, and Let Me Entertain You, Stretch and Vern's Rock and Roll mix, which again were B-sides. I picked this was 99p in a charity shop. I had a vague recollection that I did already have it, but for 99p I thought I'll get it anyway. I'm right, I have already got it. I think it's in with my CD singles, but I'll put this in with my normal CDs. So we will be seeing this again, no doubt. But I mean, some great stuff on there. This isn't sealed. He sent it to me in a little wallet thing. I have listened to this. This is Full Moon Over Wowtown by Thomas Truax. Thomas is eccentric, shall we say, singer-songwriter from America who's based over here. I became aware of him because he wrote some tracks with Duke Special, who I'm a big fan of, and then we saw him supporting Duke Special in Southampton a few years back. Really enjoyed his set. So he's a singer-songwriter, but he also is an inventor, and he invents his own instruments. So his drum machine is called Mother Superior, and it's a bass drum, sort of brass, two-sided bass drummy type drum, like, brass band would play or something like that. And it's got a bicycle wheel attached to it, and he can rearrange pegs on it so that it keeps different time, and it's really clever stuff. And he's got a hornicator, which is a big gramophone trumpet with wires and things attached to it to make different noises and all sorts that he does. So, it has to be seen to be enjoyed properly. But great artist. I've picked up all his albums from him through Bandcamp. I sort of a few years back, he did a Christmas sale, and I ordered everything that I could from him, and he signed them all for me. I've shown all those in the signed CDs. But this album, his first one, he didn't have any copies of at the time, so I downloaded it on iTunes, so I had it. But then, at the start of lockdown, Bandcamp, as they have been every month now, were doing their We'll Take No Commission Day. So I went on to buy a couple of bits from Thomas to support him through this difficult time. And I picked up a vinyl, which I've shown, and this, because he had it back in stock. So, yeah, very unique singer-songwriter. Really good album, as all of his are. This is Robbie Williams' Video Killed the Radio Star. This was his 6th or 7th, I think, solo album. I really enjoy it. It sort of got lost a bit in his oeuvre, but I really enjoy this album. It's produced by Trevor Horn, and You Can Tell. But Morning Sun was a single, and I absolutely love it. Bodies was a single. I think I got to number 1. he still plays that from time to time. You Know Me was a single, and I absolutely love that as well. I think that's was with the singles. But yeah, this is a really strong album. I like it a lot. This is a deluxe edition, hardback book, and it also got DVD, which is sort of behind the scenes of the making of the Bodies video. But yeah, underrated. This is REM's Around the Sun, so I've gradually been picking up. I had REM's Greatest Hits, both the IRS Years 1 and the Warner Years 1, but I've gradually been picking up the albums as I found them in charity shops. I've enjoyed them all. This one I don't remember that much about. It didn't make any huge impression on me, but I enjoyed it. I couldn't even tell you what the singles were on this. This is Alan Price Between Today and Yesterday, so I have already shown a version of this on CD and on vinyl. This was a re-release, came out end of last year, I think it was. 25th anniversary, 45th anniversary release. So it's got the album and then bonus tracks of the single versions of Jarrow Song and In Times Like These. This, together with the Oh Lucky Man soundtrack, is are my favourite Alan Price albums. Just great album from start to finish. This, do highly recommend it. It's got the title track Between Today and Yesterday. It's got two versions of, done in two very different styles. But yeah, great album. This is To Drink the Rainbow by Tanita Tigerum. So this was an anthology released last year. It's not a greatest hits because it hasn't got any of her hits on it. Only the Ones We Love is the only single that's on here that had any sort of success. But it's sort of a compilation of tracks from her later albums, basically. Really enjoyed it. I also got this on vinyl, and this came with a signed postcard and some badges. Oops. There's one of them there. That's one of the badges. That's the other. So Needle Mythology is the record label that put it out. But yeah, as you may have seen, if you've watched my last vinyl updates, I think it'll be my last vinyl update, my May vinyl update anyway. Enjoyed this a lot, having sort of lost track of her later stuff, and then Richard McCook has recently done a video about Tanita, and that inspired me to get all her stuff. So I'm waiting for one CD to be delivered, but I have everything on either vinyl or CD now. But yeah, very good. This is Wendy James's I Came Here to Blow Minds. So this was her fourth solo album, I think. She did one with Elvis Costello not long after Transvision Vamp split, which I don't have. Then she did two, which have got funny names. They're sort of the same title 1 and same title 2, which again I don't have, but she's talking about re-releasing those, so I will pick them up. Then she did this. Then she did Price of a Ticket, which when I first sort of became aware that she was still recording music, and I got that. And then Queen High Straight, which has just come out, which is a wonderful album, which, I'd say, it's just come out. But when I ordered Queen High Straight, she had this on her web store, so I ordered this as well, and that came about a month ago probably. Really good singer-songwriter album. Bit punky at times. Yeah, really good album. This is Taylor Swift's Red. So I really like Taylor Swift, basically. I haven't explored her earlier albums, her sort of more country albums, because I'm not a big country fan, but I might get them if I find them, or if they're at the right price, in a special offer or something. But I've got everything from Red onwards, and the last 3 albums, 1989, Reputation, and Lover, whatever it's called. I have on vinyl and CD. I haven't got Lover on CD. Anyway, but yeah, good strong album. She's a great songwriter, really catchy songs, you know. This has got 22 on it. I Knew You Were Trouble, We're Never Ever Getting Back Together, all big hits, a couple of others as well. I think Everything Has Changed with Ed Sheeran, I think, was a single as well. But yeah, good album. Miles Ahead. So this was the only Gil Evans era Miles Davis I didn't already have. Thrilled to find this in a charity shop, and I have now picked this up on vinyl as well. Probably, but it's probably just because it's the one I'm least familiar with, but probably my least favourite of those albums. Still an amazing album. I expect over the years I'll grow to love it more and more. This is Beautiful by Garbage. So I had Garbage and 2.0. Never got anything after that, but I've picked up a couple of theirs now from charity shops, and one of them I thought was amazing, and I can't remember if it was this one or Bleed Like Me. I think it was this one. It just stunned me how good an album it was. It wasn't the Garbage, obviously it wasn't quite as electronic as early Garbage, but yeah, I'm pretty certain it was this one that I thought was just an amazing album. This is Suede's debut album, self-titled. So Suede, I was never a huge fan of, and a while back a viewer sent me I'd mentioned this, and a viewer sent me a compilation he'd put together on CD of their stuff, and I really enjoyed the songs, but Brett's voice just gets to me. But I thought, well, if I find their stuff, I'll pick it up, because I like the songs, and I've picked up certainly the earlier albums. The recent ones obviously aren't floating around in charity shops, but the first 4 or 5 are, so I've picked those up, and I've enjoyed them all. I'm getting a bit more immune to his voice, so it's not annoying me quite as much, but it still grates a bit. And as I've gone on, his voice has mellowed a bit as well. But I mean, this has got Animal Nitrate on it, which is a huge hit. The Drowners, Metal Mickey. Yeah, it's a good album. Janet Jackson's All For You. Big fan of Janet Jackson. But I'd sort of had her greatest hits and a load of her live DVDs, and sort of that was enough for me. But I've picked up a fair few of her albums now from charity shops. I enjoy them, but they all suffer from not phobia. Too many segues anyway. You get a song, and then there's a funny bit in between that isn't, or a preachy bit in between, or something like that, and it sort of ruins the flow of the album, and it makes them drag on too long. But certainly, all the albums, the songs are good. What's on here? It was singles. Son of a Gun, which is an interpolation of You're So Vain. I can't remember what else was singles from me. Oh, the title track, of course, All For You. Probably the weakest of her albums that I've got. This is Elton John's Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player. So I've mentioned on a previous video from my music quizzes, a round I started doing last year, or a question in each round anyway. Each round was based on a particular year, and people had to guess what the year was. And the second question in each one was the best-selling album of that year, and I'd split it into snippets of the whole album, show the cover but with the artist's name missing, and they just had to name the artist, nothing complicated. And for 1973, the best-selling album in the UK was Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only a Piano Player by Elton John, so I had to get this to do it. I like Elton John, I've got his greatest hits, that's sort of enough for me, but I enjoyed this, and I picked up, oh, what's it called? I only listened to it yesterday. One with Part-Time Love on it, and Song for Guy. Something Man. Can't see it from here. Whatever it's called. On the screen. And that was a good album, I enjoyed that. So, I think I mentioned when I picked that up, because that was $2.99 in Oxfam. At the right price, I'll pick his albums up. But yeah, it's a good album. This was also picked up for most quizzes. So the best-selling of 1975, I think it was the best of the Stylistics. That album, it's annoying because I've got a Stylistics greatest hits, but there's 2 or 3 tracks that were on the best of the Stylistics, which was the best-selling album, but weren't on that compilation. So I had to pick up this, which is an amalgamation of 2. So the best of and the very best of the Stylistics. But even then, they weren't in the right order, so I had to pick the tracks so that I could get them together. But we got there in the end anyway. But I like the Stylistics, as I already had a greatest hits of theirs. This was also for that. Best-selling of 1989, I think it was Jason Donovan's 10 Good Reasons. It's okay, you know, I don't mind Jason. Too Many Broken Hearts, Every Day I Love You More, Sealed with a Kiss, and Especially for You on here. Nothing Can Divide Us might have been a single as well. Yeah, it's, you know, it's typical stock Aitken Waterman, but it's okay. This was also for that. This is Meatloaf's Bat Out of Hell 2. I'm very familiar with this album anyway, because a friend had it and he used to play it in his car all the time. So I was happy to pick this up anyway, because I like Meatloaf. I have Bat Out of Hell. Obviously, I'll Do Anything for Love, but I won't do that. It was a big hit single. Objects in My Rearview Mirror may appear closer than they are. And I think Good Girls Go to Heaven, Bad Girls Go Everywhere was a single as well. But yeah, it's a good album. That'll do for this part. So past parts are on the playlist, future parts will be as well. Thank you for watching, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks, bye.